So specifically, without giving too much away, they are separate companies, but we focus specifically, our parent corporation, Gemini Automation Systems, is broken into a number of different subsidiaries. Obviously, we have our Leafy Pack, uh, you know, company, which is primarily on the primary packaging, end of line, secondary packaging, multi-packs. We also have the Apollo, which is our pre-roll manufacturing center, and then we also have our EvoCan, which is our depositing solutions and confectionery lines as well. And then we have another company that I'll leave the name out on this one, just so we don't cross over too many cannabis to non-cannabis. But we have a separate sister company that handles all of the non-cannabis food, pharmaceutical, household cleaning products. And we're seeing more and more overlap as the year goes on, and we're able to pull more things from non-cannabis sector into the automation and packaging and robotics world, which is really exciting for all of us. There's a lot of challenges on the operator and client level, but specifically speaking from the manufacturing standpoint and the automation standpoint, we've got three things. We've got number one is that it's not federally legal, and so each state has their own regulations. And that also means that each state has its own packaging regulations. So in some states, you can have a clear gusset or a window. In other states, you can't show any product. Some states have recycled quantity, percentages within their sustainable initiatives. So you have to have X percentage of recycled materials in your packaging. Some states do not. Some states will even require kind of a multi-pack where you have to have your packaged goods individually wrapped and then put into a CR or child resistant packaging. So when you're talking about these companies that sometimes operate in multiple states or even just one state, with the consistent regulation changes and lack of standardization across the board, let's just say one company operating in, let's say, Maryland versus one company operating in Illinois may not even be able to use the same automation equipment because their product on the store shelves may not look the same. And so a lot of them do their best to keep their product brand integrity on the store shelves. But from an automation standpoint, it does create a lot of variables for our clients to navigate. And for us, from a design perspective, we oftentimes will have to create a lot of, I call it like tailored solutions for them, so that they can maintain that brand integrity across multiple states and regulations, and still be recognized on their shelf as who they are. So that's number one is packaging regulations and lack of standardization. I think the second one, which kind of goes into manufacturing and packaging, is there are products that are industry born. Things like the pre-roll and blunts and things like that. While there are similarities to the tobacco industry, pre-rolls are very unique to this space. And I would even say cannabis flower with all the different strains and everything like that, hydration levels and products, they don't always come out the same exact way. And their packaging styles are very unique because when you look at a pre-roll, number one is automating the production of that can be a challenge because it is not like a cigarette standard rolling machine, although there are some on the market like Kyle, who I know you interviewed previously. But when you talk about millions of pre-rolls going out the door, you need to have uh, what they'll call doob tubes or clamshell closed packaging systems. And also all of those need to be child resistant as well. And so you're dealing with very fragile industry born products that have to then go into very unique. I mean, I don't remember the last time you'll see a cigarette in a child resistant tube or plastic rigid tube container. So
Mhm.
that's a lot where robotics have really come into the forefront is understanding how to package those unique industry born products into industry born packaging as well. So those are kind of the two main things that I see. I think the last one is just the human element of it, where we really strive on not taking people's jobs per se. But it's an industry that is still very young, and while it is breaking through stigmas, and we're seeing more and more people who are experienced operators in the programming, automation, just in general machinery and automation sectors coming into cannabis, we still have a long way to go. So there's usually one or two people within an entire organization that are really ongoing and continuing to train the staff up, from the ground up. And so it's changed a lot in a couple of years, but that passage of knowledge from people who are experienced operators to the people who may have never been experienced in that space, especially growing up in cannabis, it's kind of a new adventure for everybody and a new learning experience for everyone involved. So packaging regulations, industry-born products, and then I think that knowledge transfer from other industries into cannabis. I think those are the three things that really are unique to the cannabis industry.